Hello, hello, and welcome back. So today what we're going to be doing, we have already taken our garage and we've put in the framing and the foundation and now the roof. So now we're going to jump over to the mechanical. So the first thing I'm going to do is hide the roof plan because it's in the way. Now notice these little guys didn't come, so let's see, those must be on a different layer. Let's see, roofing plan notes probably right there, so let's check that one off. Okay, good, so now they're gone. Alright, so what we're left with then is the beam schedule and the exterior walls. So I think we're going to get rid of this beam too, just because it's going to be noisy. Extra noise, we don't need that. Alright, so now we're going to look in here, we're going to put some lights and some outlets in our garage. We're going to need some kind of light out here, maybe a fan. I'm going to take a quick look at what the customer wanted real quick. I'm sorry you can't see this window, but I'll be fast about it. It's always good to start with what the customer wants, and then you can always add to it. They usually have a pretty good idea of what they want. Alright, so they want a fluorescent light in here, so let's go ahead and start with that. I'm going to scroll up, out. Now, as a reminder, this particular workbook or plan set I pulled from a different plan, and I used it, and it was a different garage. So I'm going to steal all the information off that other garage just to make it simple for me. So I need to see the mechanical here. It's currently blocked out, so we're going to take a look at that. And this is why I like to do this, is because now I can basically copy all these little icons instead of having to redraw them each time. So we're going to start with the fluorescent light tube. We're going to grab that. I use the left drag so I can only grab what I highlight, and I'm going to click on that and I'm going to bring it down to our new garage right there. Now this customer is probably not going to put a 4 bulb unit in this small space, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually reduce that to a 2 bulb. But first I'm going to put another light fixture right there. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight this again. I'm going to use the copy tool right here, and I'm going to copy this over. Now he had one in this corner, and then he had one over here like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to center this one over here, and I'm going to take this one out because he's going to have a light on the garage door, which is going to be over here somewhere. So he'll have a light there and a light there and a light in there. I think that's all he's going to need. He might change his mind when he sees it, so let's just hope that's the case. Don't forget to take off this copy button, because that will screw you up later. I made so many copies of stuff I didn't want to make. So reducing this light fixture down to 2 light fixture, and I'm going to slide this over right there. There we go. Now this doesn't have to be exact. The electrician's going to do his job, center things in the right place, attach it to a rafter or a truss as needed, and we just need to put kind of an idea of where it's going to be. Now let's see, I think I made this the right size though. Is it a 4 foot? Yeah, so it is 4 foot. So it is to scale so that the customer knows, oh wow, that's a big light fixture, right? So he can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Alright, so I'm just going to center this over in this area. That's pretty close. I'll drag it over a little bit more. There we go. Now over here we're going to have a garage door up on the roof. So we actually need an outlet to power that garage door. So let's go up here and steal those outlets. And look, I got a little label saying this is on the ceiling. So that's a little note. Okay, we'll copy that bad boy. Stick it right there. Come back in. We're going to grab these window outlets here. So let's see. I don't want the window labels. So right now I got these labels right here. These are window labels. I think those are under windows and doors. See, doors and windows, windows and doors. Here it is. Click on that. Do they go away? They do not. Okay, let's click on those. Let's see. Text. There we go. Oh, it's under framing plan notes, so we're going to get rid of those. There we go. So now we can grab just the plugs. I'm going to cut those out. Now with the garages, because the concept, the people wash their cars inside the garage sometimes, these have to be GFCI. So that way there's no chance of electrical shock. So I'm just going to grab one from that wall, one from this wall, and one from this wall, and I'm going to copy it once I get down there. And I think I'm going to take this waterproof one right here. This is a good idea. So we can put that on the porch. Alright, here we go. Now I just zoom in to move back and forth. You can use these slide bars if you want, but I think this is a good spot over here. Just around the corner. So if he's working on here, he can just come around the corner and plug it in. And we're going to put one right here. And then he can work with his electrician. Actually, in this case, I think he's going to be doing it all himself. But to determine how high he wants these off the ground. Sometimes they want them up at 3 feet so they could have it underneath a workbench. And sometimes they want them down low because they don't expect to have any workbenches. So I took off the copy function, so I didn't copy that. Alright, so now I'm going to put this in. Now I like to keep these like back to back because it saves money on electricity or on wiring. Just slide that over. There you go. Alright, so that's pretty much all we have to do. Now I think we want to put a garage door opener button somewhere, probably over here. So he walks in, he can open it from there. And then we'll put some light switches in here for these. So let's go steal some light switches. Here we go. So switch 2. Get it all. Here we go. Now a switch 2 means there's 2 switches. Okay? It's like a double switch. So it looks like he only had one switch in here. One for the exterior, one for the interior. So I need to turn this. So what I'm going to do here is the Z-axis is the up and down axis. So I'm going to use the rotate Z, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. There we go, that's good. And I'm going to put that right here on this wall. So when he walks in, he can turn it on. Now he's going to walk in this way. He's probably going to want the switch over here. That's kind of awkward though, because if he's working in the shop, he wants it over here. I'm tempted to make the door open the other way. Oh well, we'll leave it right there for now. And then he actually had an exterior light drawn right there. However, tucking it in the corner like that is going to not light up out here at all. So I would suggest putting that light right here, and then maybe another light out here, like even maybe a fan, just in case. But this is the garage. I don't think he's going to be coming out of his house over and chilling on his garage porch. So I don't think we're going to put a fan there. But I do suggest we put this light out here. And then where it sits in the yard too is there's a wall right here. And then this is the north. And then his house is over here. So a light right here might actually not be a bad idea just to shine out in this area of the yard. So I think that maybe I'll draw one out there too. So let's go do that. Let's grab some of these. I actually have one here. This is a wall mounted exterior light. I'm just going to copy that bad boy out of here. Now I also have all the legend right here. So if I didn't want to copy it off my old drawing, I could look it up on this. So anyways, right here I got the legend, and I could pull any of these icons out of here and use them as well. For me though, I have it labeled layers. These are all on the mechanical plan notes layer, and then I move them to the mechanical plan. So the ones I'm copying off that other one are already on the right label here. If I took it off the legend, it would be in this label, the mechanical notes, so I have to switch it. It's not a big deal, but it's just a little note I have to remember to do. So that's why I pull it off of that one instead. Alright, so I got a light there. Let's see here. I don't see why it has to be in this corner by the door. I mean, traditionally lights are kind of by a door, but honestly, I don't think it needs to be. I'm going to center it in the porch. That way the whole porch is lit up. Because that seems more important to me than lighting up that door. I guess the only benefit for having a light right here is that you could see your keys and open the door instead of having, because otherwise you're going to have a shadow of yourself. I don't know. I guess we'll just leave it like this and see what the client says. Usually there's a little bit of creativity. You can add some suggestions in the first draft, and then when you present that to them, then they could make some, say, no, I'll appreciate the ideas, but I really want it this way. Okay, so now we're going to draw the wiring. We've got to wire in these switches and light bulbs so they know what's going on. So what we're going to do is grab our curve here, and what I do is make sure it's got a dashed line, so it does. We're good. Now I start here and I come out kind of at a strange angle from where, not a straight line to the outlet. They kind of like to be curved, so we click out of like 30 degrees out and then come back, and then it stays there. Now I always finish the line, because then if I come back out here, it curves in the middle here. So right here I gotta stop it. So there's a finish button here, or you can press Alt F. Okay, there we go. Now I start another line from there. Just come out here like this, like that. And so what this says is this switch is attached to both of these lights. That's right. But there's two here. There's number 2. So there's another switch, or another set of lights. So we're going to come out here and attach it to the back end of this one. And then I'm going to attach this one to that one. So now that shows that these two are tied together right there. The garage door opener, we kind of forgot about that, so let's go find that. Do I have one in here? Yeah, there it is. This garage had 2 doors, so I have 2, Now currently I got this tool selected, so in order to get my select tool out, I'm going to press escape and then spacebar, grab my select tool. GDO, garage door opener. Nothing official there. I don't know what the official symbol is, but that's what I've used. And since I have a legend, people can figure it out. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. Alright, so that's the garage now. We might consider putting some lights out front, but again, this particular garage, there's a house right here, so he's, I don't even know if this is a smart idea to put the garage door right next to the house. He's going to have a hard time turning his cars in there. Maybe he just wants a door and a shop. I'll have to look at the plot plan to figure out exactly how far that door is. And he might actually want this angled a little differently, with this wall facing his wall, so that he could just go put a fence or gate in and go right through the wall. And this right here would be towards the house. I'll have to double check on that with the client to see. But we're not at the plot plan yet, so nothing to worry about there. I do think this is probably enough lighting. He didn't draw anything out here. Let's just double check while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, he didn't show anything like that. Garage door, outside. Okay, he actually put the garage door opener right there, so that was kind of interesting. Okay, I think I got everything he wanted. Now, I do think that maybe we should put a outlet right there. So I'm going to do that. He can choose not to if he wants to, even after the plans get approved by the city. I thought it might be a good idea. He maybe wants a compressor in there or something. Depends on what he's got going on. He's probably going to have shelves or storage, so it's always just going to be hidden there, not used, but just in case. All right, so there's the mechanical plan. Pretty straightforward, especially if you got a small space like this garage. Thank you for watching. If you would like more information, please join my Facebook group called Starting a Drafting Business. Inside that group, I share tips and tricks on how to get your own drafting business started. I also have some tutorials like this one about how to use TurboCAD. So I look forward to seeing you in the group, and I'll catch you next time.